Don't wait up, I've been working hard every day, living dreams for a pay stub, yeah, straight up. 5 years later, like I said, I would make it on my way up. It's all up, coming from the nation, lay the foundation, true stuff, yeah, too tough. We ain't giving up on our dreams, everything is ahead of us. Stay true to your path, it's not where you start, it's all where you're at. It's where you end up when your back's to the mat. Do you cripple the flat or get up off your back? Deliver these facts to see them react. The stadium's packed, they all gonna snap. The motivated attract, the escalated attack. The frustrated hit back, yeah, we move fast. I wanna change everything, I swear I'll do anything just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free, I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. It's automatic, I'm always getting after it. If you ain't working, I don't understand what's happening. There's not enough time just to be imagining. You gotta take some action towards practicing. I know it's not easy, but you gotta get out there, make your own meaning, can't afford to have doubts. They'll interrupt dreaming, I just wanna look out there, the crowd all screaming. I wanna change everything, I swear I'll do anything just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free, I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go.
Welcome to Level Headed with Levi D. Tonight we will be covering Mr. Jim Terry and no thanks. We shall share this. All right. I am by in no means saying that Jim Terry is a bad PI. He is probably rather a very, very good PI. What I am going to say is exactly what this reads. We are dealing with real life, real people. You don't care. Private investigator means private. Once again, private. This right here, to mock a family with a missing person that they cannot find, is absolutely ridiculous. This right here, anything for $1, it has to pertain to this dude right here. Anything for $1 bill, y'all. Anything for $1 bill, y'all. It wasn't 1 week ago he was planning on moving. Was kicked out of an apartment. All of a sudden stumbled around on this case. Suddenly is pretty much has this guy on there every single night. I saw the super chats coming in tonight. I am by no means saying that Jim Terry is a bad PI. He's probably very good at what he does. But I will tell you this. When it comes to real life, real people, you don't come to YouTube. You don't do that. It's called a criminal investigation for a reason. This ain't right. This is exploitation of a case at its finest. And I don't understand people. I don't get it. What does not Jim Terry, the PI, what does that have to do with anything? He's trying to hide himself. What are we doing? Making a mockery out of a criminal investigation? I don't know. What's the goal here? to raise money for a YouTuber? This YouTuber? I don't know. I mean, I can tell you one thing. If I was missing, I wouldn't want this person covering my case ever. I wouldn't want this guy helping me ever, because they'll come to YouTube, spread whatever it is about the case, make up anything and everything for viewers. So, not a good look for this crew that's on my screen. I don't understand it. Don't get it. Why are we making a mockery out of a missing person? Why are we making a family of a missing person have to go through this when they already have somebody that's missing? So there's one thing I devoted myself to on my channel, and that is to be for the missing. That is to give them a voice when they don't have one. That is to not sit here and make a mockery out of a missing person. And I'm actually rather disgusted. That's why I did this live. This is out of my element, not my thing. But rather, I'm tired of it. And the one thing I always say at the end of every live is, if you see something, say something. Well, here, I see something and I'm saying something. And then I'll carry on my business how I normally carry on my business. But making a mockery, making a circus out of these people's real lives, they have missing people. They have a missing person. And you want to sit up here on YouTube and make jokes about it, make money off of it, and even make merchandise off of a guy in a ski mask that wants to come up and claim that he's not who he says that he is, like a comedy show. And I'm not saying he's not a bad PI. I'm not saying that. This is disgusting. I've had enough of it. Why don't we get back to putting all your work that you're putting into this YouTube mockery? Why don't you take all that work and put it into the investigation, put it into helping another family, put it back into society where good is for good, instead of sitting there on YouTube making fun of missing people's family. And I mean, no thanks, Jim Terry, Crime and Justice. I hope you never have to go through somebody missing, because I'll tell you one thing. If you want people to act like how you're acting, if somebody happens to go missing out of one of your, God forbid, out of one of your families, this is how you want it to be treated? You should ask yourself. Clearly, that's what you're stating right now. This is how you want to do it. Oh, boy. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I was listening earlier, just right before I went live. The lady that called on the phone had it 100% correct. You could do better, is what she said. She wasn't downgrading them, wasn't going after them, wasn't attacking them. All she said is, you could do better. 100% checking. I don't know. True crime or crazy crime or whatever you want to call it. Anything's better than what we've seen. Gonna open up the panel here. It is Saturday night, or I'm sorry, Sunday night. Got my days messed up here. I want some opinions on what I'm speaking about. If you guys feel the same way that I feel, I think, hello, Faith. Hello, Bling. Hello, Checking. Darcy Miller, hello. Yeah, and not only that, in an actual criminal investigation, you are 100% correct. I think certain creators dropped the ball on a phone call and didn't listen, just released it and opened up Pandora's box. That's why I stay out of karma. Well, I don't do karma either. Oh, single mom, hello. I don't do karma either. It's just when you see, I always say the term, see something, say something. And this is totally, you see something, you say something. So tired of the running lives. I mean, there's 1,200 people in there right now. Super chat after super chat after super chat being made off of a missing person while his family is desperately looking for him. So what is right, and what is wrong, and this is wrong. I got you, Checking.
This pisses me off. I just don't see how anybody with credibility would be on doing what he's doing. I'm not saying he's a bad PI. Maybe he's good, but what he's doing to this case,
I actually think that he is probably one of the top tier PIs. And his ego is so hurt that he has to come here to YouTube.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't get it. Is he broke? Arctic, I'll let you up.
I personally think that he is defending his name in the beginning. But now, because JLR was questioning his business license and putting out some false information about him, that he's defending it. But the way he is doing it is a clown show. It's not cool. It's bringing in another circus to another case that is an ongoing investigation. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm all about the court cases. I'm all about making a strong conviction to the right person. And this harms it. And I don't care if you're just defending your name, you're harming it. You're putting questions in people's minds that run very rapid through the community. And the next thing you know, we're going to have this whole narrative twisted to something that it should never have been.
I'm going to play devil's advocate because I agree. I think Jim is a complete and total tool, but I think he's brought a lot of facts out that we wouldn't have otherwise known about. I think the family does need to be looked at pretty heavily. I mean, what type of family sends their fucking 17-year-old to go live out in the desert where 75% of the population are RSOs? I think that they need to be looked at. And I mean, even on Doug's show tonight, he defended Candace. He said, I don't think the mom was involved. No.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not trying to make it out that the family did this to Dylan. No, I have my concerns about Candace. I certainly have my concerns. She's $2 million in debt. That seat's pulled all the way up in the truck. I think that we need to find out if Dylan had any life insurance out on him. And if he did, who was the beneficiary of that life insurance?
Well, that's fine. I like, you're probably right. I agree that he probably brought things out. But I also believe that a private eye with more credibility would keep that stuff to himself and just defend his name.
Well, if a certain creator hadn't released the phone call between Candace and the PI, which had 90% of what's been brought to light in it to begin with, then he wouldn't have come on this celebrity round of channel hopping trying to defend his reputation. That's where I'm coming from.
But what's the point now, though? Like he already did it. He already did it. Set his piece on a big channel with 60,000 subs or 50,000 subs. Why are you continuing day after day after day? What's the monetary gain, or what? I'm trying. What's his end game?
Yeah. What's the end game?
I think he wants to ultimately redeem himself. Is my opinion on it. I think he wants to prove, hey, look, I was right. I think that's what it boils down to. He just wants to prove he was right.
Do you think it's a good way? I mean, he makes himself look like a clown, if you ask me, doing that kind of stuff.
Now, should all these channels that he's hopping on from channel to channel to channel be getting super chat after super chat? Should all this be monetized? No. If you want to help Dylan's case and you want to put Jim Terry on because you feel that his information is useful, hey, go ahead. But don't monetize the shit and don't be making money off of Dylan's back.
Or put your super chats towards something for Dylan's investigation.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that will probably be said, but it will never happen.
Yeah.
Well, I know it'll
They're
never
opening
happen.
a channel together, both of them, Doug and this guy.
I know.
Okay.
Which,
So that makes me think too.
I like Doug in general. I don't agree that he's with him making the money off. Well, I mean, everyone that's ever listened to my channel knows how I feel about these channels that go and make money off the backs of children. And I agree with you, Checking. They're turning this case into another Summer Wells case.
Yep.
And the sad thing about
Single mom, I'll let you up.
And the sad thing about all of this is that Aiden Clune is getting lost altogether. No one's talking about him, and he's missing from the exact same area, and he's been missing longer than Dylan has.
Wow.
Exactly.
I do know that according to what the facts are, there are now 2 people that are in jail, but supposedly not totally connected to this case. I'm not sure. So I don't know if that came from the PI or what, but I personally think if I was going to defend my name, okay, first of all, I let history speak for me. Okay. I don't think I need to defend myself against people, especially like the likes of JLR, who I don't agree with. But if I was going to, I would do it in a respectful manner. I wouldn't be clowning around because it does make you lose a little credibility. And another thing is, I would only be speaking about myself, not about the case. That's how I would handle it. That's me. Okay, so that's how I look at that, because I think what he's doing is kind of degrading to himself, and he is trying to bring in the the little clown cars full of too many clowns. And once some of these, other channels get a whip of this, it's going to be a big competition.
Well, like I said, yeah, he's certainly turning this into another circus, just like Summer's case. And he is certainly a complete fucking tool. I've made no mistake about that. And I think part of the reason that he's doing the channel hopping is, just like many have pointed out, to make a buck. I mean, every channel he's on has his investigative service and his number on there. So it's not, no mistake about it.
He's making money. I seen him naming off thank yous to people the other night, and it was quite a long list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and Doug's constantly dropping his Cash App and his PayPal and all that in there too. So, I mean, yeah, it's certainly about making money too. I mean, I'm not blind to that fact.
And I'm not against somebody making money, but if it's dealing with a certain, if I was streaming something about Michael and I was getting, super chats, that would go into something for Michael. You know what I'm saying?
Well, exactly.
That's how I would do that. Okay.
Exactly.
But if I monetize an upload, that's different to me. You know what I mean? It's not people engaging, not people there for a certain reason. And the certain reason would be the child. So that would go towards something for, if I was doing this for Dylan, I would be saying,
I guess my point of view is that I'm grateful that he's brought the information forward, because he has found out more stuff than law enforcement has. And let's just face facts and be real about it.
I agree.
Law enforcement and Box Elder dropped the fucking ball from day one.
I
If
agree.
Big,
if
yes.
it had not been for
time.
Jim Terry, we wouldn't know jack shit about Dylan at all.
Mhm.
So
I do agree.
I agree. I agree. He's good at what he does. He could have said his piece on one big interview on YouTube and been done.
Yeah.
I mean, now I think that it's hurting his credibility because people are starting to question his credibility now. But
Because
I
he's
think
being a clown.
I think
Who
he's a
puts on
very,
that
very
thing?
good PI.
It's
I
not
agree.
always about being right, though. I mean, like, I think Arctic said it just 2-3 minutes ago, something about, always being right. I mean, I learned that at an early age. It's not always about being right.
That's right. And to
I
defending
mean,
yourself, you need to just look at, I mean, he has a good history of helping cases. Okay. I'm not going to down that on this guy. Not at all. He is, like Level said, I think he's good at what he does, but I think he's losing his credibility by going on there and acting this way. Who puts on a ski mask and that? And then, I don't see no humor. Okay. I just don't see no humor. And I guess maybe
exactly.
what I'm afraid of is we all seen what happened to Summer's case. I'd hate to see that happen to anybody. I'm so sorry it happened to her. But I would hate to see this happen to anybody's case. And this is I'm leery of it because this is how it starts.
Exactly.
Well, and from bringing awareness and sticking to facts and cases, I mean, by all means, this isn't helping.
Right.
No.
I mean, yes, we needed to know the facts, but at what expense? I mean, turn it over to law enforcement. If they don't do nothing and nothing happens in a while, like, why didn't he just give it just a little bit of time? Let them actually try to do their job. I get they weren't doing it, but I don't know. I'm torn both sides. I mean, I just don't like the fact that they're going on every single, I don't know, there was like a live that had 17,000 views on it from the ski mask.
Yeah.
well, yeah, and I get that, but it takes two to tango. I mean, if a person has the opportunity to make the type of money that Jim's obviously making off of all this celebrity tour that he's going on, who's not going to take the opportunity on that? It's all these creators that keep inviting him to their channels that we should be holding
Exactly.
accountable, not Jim.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't have him on my channel. I'm sorry, not that, I wouldn't love the views. I'd love my channel to blow up, wouldn't you? Everybody here, but I'm not going to do it that way.
Yeah, you don't blow your
think
channel up that way, guys.
No, I don't.
Please don't blow your channels up that way.
I don't think it's credible.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I mean, well, hell, anyone that's listened to my channel knows how I feel about how Summers' case has been exploited the way that it has. And they're doing the same thing to Dylan's case.
Yep.
The exception in this case, though, is that there have been facts brought forward. In Summers' case, nothing has been brought forward except for a bunch of fucking speculation. There's been no facts brought forward. Law enforcement, nothing has changed since June when she went missing.
That's right.
I mean,
Exactly.
Do you think you feel this way, Level, because you've seen, like for me, I see this turning into a Summer case. I think Arctic does too. Is that's basically how you feel too, isn't it? It's like, doesn't
well, I see a creator that claimed that he had to move out because of the smear campaign, and turns around and gets this guy to go onto his panel and is getting super chat after super chat after super chat. What's like, he just doesn't give a shit. I mean, you're
He does
talking
it.
about,
he
does.
you're talking about real life, real people, and they just don't care.
Yeah,
He does it. That's why I quit watching his channel a long time ago. Sorry, guys.
Well, he went from like 200 people watching him to over 1,000 right now. So yes, as a creator, that probably is his big drive right there, because he had how many people in the other night? Over 2,000. I mean, he's getting big numbers. So of course, as a creator, yes, but where's your moral compass on the
Exactly.
support and advocacy of these victims and their families.
Well, exactly. I mean,
There you go.
it's like I have pointed out several times. You know, I could get all types of views on my channel if I put some type of dramatic title in the for the chat. Oh, is Summer Wells living in Jody Sue's basement? You know,
Yeah.
something like. I mean, but that's not the way to do it, guys. I
Right.
mean,
No, it's
you can
not.
grow a channel. Granted, it's going to grow a lot slower, but you can do it the right way simply by covering cases that no one else is covering. Those families are grateful for you to cover that case.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they subscribe to your channel. They get their families to subscribe to your channel. I know that's how I grew my channel.
Yeah.
But
Well, I just know
Well-
that I could talk a mean game because I'm really not. I mean, I have no filter. So believe me, I could get up and have a shit show and I'd have 1,000 people in my chat too. But over the years, the only thing that's ever mattered to me is justice and truth. And that's why I'm here. And I will not change who I am for that. So if you start out with that, it is not hard to stay on that track. Look at us. Okay. So we're not having 1,000 people in there, but we're doing a lot of good. I think as a creator, you either know you're going to stay steady, or you're going to be a shit show from get go. That's how I
Well,
look at it.
yeah. I mean, and True Crime and Coffee, she just nailed it on the head. It's not a PI
Yeah, she
issue; it's
did.
a creator issue.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, totally. He's
It's a
allowing,
right.
Agree. Agree.
He's allowing the PI to be seeing how he can make other monetary gains with cases. He's probably very good, and it would be awesome if in the future, like, he went out and helped these families, and then after everything was said and done, he came on and told the whole story from his real life experience with the whole thing.
That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it though?
Yes,
Totally. Totally.
I agree.
Agreed.
1,000% level. That would be. See, now that's the way you do it, because look, from my experience, my 5 years of research and dealing with courts and laws and statutes and appeals and all that stuff, I know what this kind of misinformation can do to a case. It doesn't even have to be an ongoing shit show like Summers. It just has to be misinformation taken for fact, and enough people hearing that or watching that or getting ear of that does a lot of damage. Public opinion, poisoning of the jury pool. They can just say, well, we heard this on all these facts were said on a non-factual thing. So you can't, you know what I mean? You can't bring that up in court because it's been aired out in the world, you know?
No, and I get what you're saying, but I'm not so sure how much of what Jim's putting out is non-factual. I think that Candace Cooley has put out just as much that's questionable. First, she said that Dylan didn't give a ride to Chase, and then we find out that Dylan did indeed give a ride to Chase. Then it's, oh, he never had anything except for that one pair of boots. Then it's, oh, well, he did have some other shoes. So, I mean, you've got to question her just as much as you're questioning the PI. So,
yeah, I haven't heard that. See, I haven't heard that stuff.
Well,
So
then I was watching another channel where he was on the hoverboard.
yeah.
So they were showing where he had droplets. It looked like hydraulic fluid that was on his boots.
yeah, that's probably what it was.
If those are the same ones, which I grew up on a farm, so hydraulic fluid,
It's everywhere.
it stays on your boots. It's oil.
Yeah, it does. It's like transmission fluid. It says it
Yeah.
exists there. Yeah. But I just honestly, it makes me question his credibility from this. You know, nobody lives in their past, and it is what you're doing in the future, correct? So, the way he's headed is just making me just not. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't think other people should be paying attention and applauding them for this kind of behavior, because it's to me unacceptable and doesn't belong in the community. That's why I'm glad just a few of us belong in the real crime community. They can have that true crime shit, because it ain't nothing true. It's definitely a crime. That's it.
So here, I'm going to ask you guys, and then you guys can each individually answer. So these three creators that I have, or these three people right here up in the top that I have on the page. So if your kid, heaven forbid, somebody's kid went missing. So with what they're doing, is going to help, is going to hurt it, is absolutely disgusting. Go ahead. You can speak freely.
I agree. I don't even really know what else to say, but I agree because
Totally.
I watched it and I think it's bad. I think what they're doing is wrong. 100% wrong. It shouldn't be talked about. It's an ongoing investigation. It should be, as a creator, putting out this to the masses. You should be using factual, non-dramatic content, in my eyes.
See, I'm torn because law enforcement didn't do jack shit. They weren't getting anything done, didn't make any effort until the true crime community got involved in the case, and it lit a fire under their ass. And Candace Cooley better be kissing someone's ass because that's what got law enforcement to start taking this seriously.
Okay,
Now,
from this point, he said,
Yeah.
these people right here, right now.
Now, aside from that, I'm grateful for the information that's come out. Most of it, I believe, is fairly factual. But do I believe that they should be making money off of this shit? Hell the fuck no. Do I believe that he should continue the shit show now that he's got everything out that he had to say? No, he shouldn't. He needs to shut the fuck up. He needs to go solve this case. That's what he truly wants to fucking do. And keep it to himself until he solves the case, finds Dylan, whether he's alive or dead, and then he can say, hey, Candace, guess what? I was right. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
There you go. And for me, it would be like level-headed said earlier. Yeah, wouldn't want any here to be trying to find my missing kid. I'm sorry. I mean, no.
I think I might hire the PA or PI, but we'd have to definitely have a like absolutely shut your mouth, can't say nothing at all ever to anybody till it's done. You know, that kind of
Right.
thing.
I mean,
Because
you
I
have to
think
have a
he's good.
debriefing with him maybe, but yeah,
Right.
I got you.
Because I do believe
Right.
he's good. And I do believe what Arctic said, that the guy did bring a lot of stuff to the area, what's going on there. And people need to know that. And you can't close your eyes and say, just because I don't want to believe it, it didn't happen. That's
You know, I understand all this, but doesn't he have a mouth? Can't he say to no thanks, we're good, I don't need your show tonight or whatever? I mean, why is he choosing to be part of the shit show? Good question.
Because he's making money hand over fist. He
Yes,
ain't going to
he's
turn
making
that
money.
type of profit margin down.
He's right. He is making a lot of money.
Bullshit, man, bullshit. I'm sorry, excuse me, sorry. I have no
You're
filter
fine.
either.
Oh, shit. You've heard
You're
me
fine.
tonight. I ain't filtering myself. And Levi knows if I come on his panel, he better have the censor button ready. So
I mean, it's I don't know. To me, just joining the shit show just isn't making sense to me. I mean,
Well-
it's just
so
not.
So the parents did the right thing. So they weren't getting help from law enforcement. So
Right.
they reach out to social media. They start getting EquiSearch got involved. They canceled the search to the actual public and was trying to get law enforcement to work with EquiSearch, which was great. Then they fired up
EquiSearch
PI,
is the best, guys. They are. I love EquiSearch.
which then they fire a PI, which I don't know. At this point, they probably wish they would have just kept him around, just so this wasn't happening because they were already getting the press that they needed in the case. And then why does it have to continue? I understand he's trying to prove his point, but now he's making fun of it.
yeah, I get you there. Hey, here's the deal, though. I do think it was a real shit thing for the family to fire him when he's the whole reason why law enforcement started actually taking the case seriously to begin with. And I do feel like that the family's more concerned about keeping the fact that Dylan might be gay out of the spotlight than they are about finding their fucking son.
Well, this isn't the
Exactly.
1900s for Christ. I mean, this isn't the 1800s for Christ's sakes. It's not so bad. I have a gay daughter. I love her. Don't make me. It makes no difference. It makes no difference.
Exactly.
Okay, but it does in Dylan's case because the people he was associating with, it's a connection. So why wouldn't the mother be thankful for that knowledge? I mean, that's what I think. She should be thankful to know that this is supposedly what's going on, and this is the person your son was with, and this person is dangerous. I mean, that's important.
Well, absolutely. And then I had someone ask me earlier, well, what does it matter if Dylan was gay or not? Well, it absolutely matters because here's the deal. We know that the Wadsworths hated Chase Venstra with a passion. And we also know that Dylan gave Chase Venstra a ride. So if Dylan was involved with Wadsworth,
Yep.
and he gave Chase a ride, it could be one of those deals where it was a fit of jealousy and it got out of hand and something happened to Dylan. We've also seen cases like Matthew Shepard were out in that type of area where homosexuality is not that keenly looked upon. People have been killed just based off of their sexuality.
Exactly.
So it absolutely is pertinent to the case.
That's why I said the mother should be thankful, because it can be connections with other people and other factors that are going on in that very, I don't even know what to call it, community, because it seems like it's a lot of those squatters just kind of living in whatever was left behind. And seems like drug deals. And what about that person that that he brought out that was tied in a shed? I mean, what the heck goes on there? There's caves, and these people know that area. They know hiding places that the regular law wouldn't know. So I think that's all good information what the guy gave. I do, but he doesn't need to defend himself anymore, because now he's turning this whole case. He's connecting what he's doing with this case, and it should be separate. Go defend yourself on yourself, not putting Dylan's name there with it, because it has nothing to do with it.
Amen. Amen. Agree.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said. I mean, at this point, if he feels that he's right, hell, go ahead. Keep working on the case. Work on it in the background until you have all the answers, until you're ready to come forward with all of your findings. Take it to law enforcement. Let them go arrest whoever needs to be arrested. Go find Dylan wherever he's at, whether he's dead or alive. And then you can come forward on your little celebrity tour and say, hey, I was right. We found him. I've redeemed myself.
There's $100,000 on the line, so why wouldn't he continue working the case on his own?
Exactly.
I get all that. I do get the incentive of it, and I think he's good at what he does. But this whole defending yourself and connecting Dylan's name to it is not necessary at all. That's like just like the Wells being drunk and dysfunctional. How many shows you're going to watch of that, and none of it was talked about Summer. None of it. Okay. I mean, so what good did that do? Nothing. Just continue the shit show and continue on the same old repeat. Don't need to hear anymore.
I agree. That's what I said. He needs to do this in the background. And then once he's got everything solved and he's given it to law enforcement and then they make their arrest or whatever, then he can go on his celebrity tour and say, hey, I was right.
And and believe it or not, I mean, some people just really truly believe that good, factual, solve the case information is going to be brought on YouTube. No, I'm sorry. If you are credible, you're not bringing that to YouTube. You're bringing it to the law, and you're leaving it in their laps, and you're going to go off and be a good little person. I know I've given evidence to, you don't say it. Okay. You just don't bring it up. You don't make a video about it. You shut your lips, because that's something that could help the case. You don't want that to the public. That's like a warning sign to any criminals that are involved in it.
To a degree. There comes a point once a case has gone cold, though, where Like
that-
in the
yeah.
Delphi case, they need to start releasing
Oh.
some of that shit to the public, because that it's going to be the true crime or the real crime community that ends up solving the Delphi case. Look how long that case has been. It's getting cold. They don't have any new information. They could release a lot more, and there could be the case solved. It should have been solved a long time ago, in my opinion.
I personally think they know who it is, and I think that they're waiting for this great big bust. That's my personal view on that case.
But now, in a lot of cases, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. You need to keep some stuff very close to the vest. It's just like I have
Law
heard.
knows more.
I have heard. Now it's just speculation. I have heard certain things in one particular case where there is a suspect, but you call local law enforcement and they're not willing to confirm that it's a suspect or a person of interest. They're saying everyone's a person of interest because, again, they're trying to keep everything close to the vest.
And they should.
Yeah.
A good
Yeah.
investigation does that. And honestly, we all have to really keep in our minds, even as creators, as much as we want to help. Okay. But none of us are licensed law officers, because if we were, we wouldn't be on talking about it, because they don't allow you to do that. But we still have to keep in our mind that the best information we're ever going to get comes from the law, from FOIAs, from reaching out and getting your own information, doing your own research, and from the news pressers that they have. It's not people coming on hearsay, because that is strictly no say, at least in my mind. Hearsay, no say. No documentation to prove what you're saying or anything like that. I'm not going to believe you, and I don't care who you are. That's just me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. I mean, I think we're all pretty much on the same page on this. I mean, like I said, I don't think people should be making money off of Dylan's back. I think the focus should be finding him and bringing him home at this point. And I'm all for Jim Terry continuing to work on the case, but to do it in the background until he has all the information brought to the law enforcement and the case is solved.
Yeah.
So what was done first? He was on panel first, and then the phone call was released afterwards.
No. The phone call was released on a certain channel, which is why
it was done first, right? And then he went on right afterwards.
Correct.
Like 2 days after or something like that.
Okay.
I don't think it was even 2 days, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't long after that phone call was released, and that's when this all started. So,
well, it was released before it was released the night he went on, because it was on a channel and the same night he came on, but it was released like a day or something before that on someplace else. That's what I heard. I could be wrong.
Well, and that goes back to being a responsible creator too. Whoever channel released that phone call should have listened to the phone call in its entirety and thought and double thought before they released that phone call, because that was just a can of worms that shouldn't have ever been released.
I would have had the cops listen to it first and tell me what to do with it. See, that's what I would do. Somebody handed me that, I'd go to the police with it and say, well, what do you think of this? Do you want me to not say anything? Do you want it out? Because I won't say a word. I wouldn't release it to if that's what they thought, But I am glad that he was on there too. See, the first night I seen him, as rough and loud and brash as this guy is, he's not a lot of people can take that. Okay, he's in your face and he ain't got time to waste to talk about it. He's not adding a lot of word salad to shit. He's just saying it. I had respect for him, okay, because he defended his name. He said what he had to about the case and what he knew, and then it was done. And I thought he was one and done, and I was good with that. But this kind of comical act going on where they're, I understand that's how Doug does things, and I don't care about that. But this guy is on there with he's still defending his name, but he's bringing Dylan into it, and it has nothing to do with that.
Well, I mean, this isn't his first YouTube appearance.
No.
These creators had his phone number this whole time, and it took 2 seconds to get him to come onto their panels.
He's been on Doug's for the last 4 nights, I think.
I know, but 6 months ago he was on there about another case, which is great.
Oh, I didn't know that.
there was other times that he was on other channels because these creators have his cell phone already, And
Wow.
I'm not saying anything wrong with that. If the case was done and over with and you want to talk about your insights, fine. But not during a criminal investigation. I mean, you just don't do it.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind interviewing this guy to see what he does. I mean, he would not case specific, just what he does. You know what I'm saying? As an investigator, what's the process? What do you know what I mean? You don't have to give me your secrets, but you can generally tell me. Now that would be interesting to me to see how he does it. But now I have really no interest in even listening to him anymore because I just feel like it's gone a little too far with Dylan's name. You shouldn't be using Dylan's name at all. Talk about yourself. It doesn't have nothing to do with the case. You're trying to defend your having a license against JLR, who's this clown who should be in or isn't or wants to be in the Guinness World Book of Records for suing people. Come on, the guy's a joke. He can't even figure out the right information, but still, if he was really cool and really cared about the case, in my eyes, since he has a lot of money, he gets paid a lot of money. Why don't he take them super chats and freaking give it to Dylan's reward fund or towards the tools they need to find, search, or gas or battery power in a drone, whatever it is. There's other ways you could use that, and that would be okay. I would think he was more credible.
So true crime and coffee. I love this question, right? Because this happened like this because he has to prove he is right.
Yeah.
Let's do a little thinking here. What happens if he's wrong?
Yeah.
About all of it?
Oh.
And he did all of this. Then what happens to him then?
Destroyed.
Or he gets fame because he's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And everybody will forget about it after the case is solved. I don't know. That's just one thing I think about all the time.
Yeah. That's why I'm respectful. And you are, and Articus, we think about what we're going to say because these are real lives. People, these are real people. This is not a fucking show, although they make it look like it's a comedy act, it's a drama, it's an ongoing soap opera. These are real people with real pain. And I got to tell you, I know what that feels like to miss a family member for years, not know where they are. It's not good. It's fucking terrible. Okay?
Exactly. But the thing is these creators, let alone the PI, don't think about that. They don't think that one day little Michael is going to be 20 years old and he's going to go on YouTube and he's going to look his name up to see what people were saying about him and about his parents. They don't think that little Summer may actually be found and she's going to be a teenager and she's going to look her name up to see what people were saying about her parents and her family. No, they don't give a shit about that. All they care about is making that buck.
Mm-hmm. And that's why there's good intent and there's bad intent. And them channels, and the only way we can fight against it is keep doing better on our end, and the subs, we talk about the creators, but I'm sorry, the people that support these channels are to blame just as bad. Okay. They're supporting it by keeping it going. They can't question it. None of them could talk like we are to them. We'd be blocked, because calling it out, you know what I mean? That's their money train. So all them supporters in there going, yay, yeah, and sending super chats are to blame because we don't have channels if we don't have subs.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not disagreeing with True Crime and Coffee. You just made a good point to point out the flip side. I agree with you. Just so you know.
That's true. He doesn't think like we do. And that's why I have a hard time wrapping my brain around over. Look, I don't consider any of them people that did Summer Wells' case. I'm sorry. I just don't credible at all. And I think they don't belong in this. I think what they do is criminal. I think they break every term of service that ever was, and they're still on and it's still liable to do that. Well, I can't fight a system. So only thing I can do is stick with a crowd of people that are willing to put out facts and get their faces out there and talk about the truth And that's all we can do. So, you know, if more people would see what there is disgusting and they can go somewhere else and talk about how disgusting it is, but yet they're there throwing up super chats. What's that about?
Well,
Exactly.
that's why I made this live, because nobody else is going to. I mean, there's other channels that are speaking on this, but I'm not here to bash one another. It's to bring
Yeah,
the
not
awareness
either.
that what they're doing is wrong. They'll do
Yeah.
anything for $1.
That's
And
what
make
I'm
no
saying.
mistake, I'm not saying that people shouldn't have their channels monetized, because it takes money to run a channel. You got to
Yes.
pay for your StreamYard, your internet, all that shit.
Oh yeah.
But you shouldn't have your Cash App up 24/7. You shouldn't have all of your mods begging like a goddamn person
Right
on a
on.
street corner for money all the time. And you certainly shouldn't be making your profits off the backs and the dramatics of a missing 5 or 6-year-old child, or even in this case, a 19-year-old man who we don't even know if he's still alive out there or not.
You know what, Arctic? Very good point. That's what I'm trying to say. They're using their fight for his name, but bringing it in with you know, this kid who is missing or possibly dead. I hate saying that. Not with us, you know. I honestly just, if you're doing it and you are using his name, you need to put that money somewhere good. You'll put it back into the investigation. I'm so right on it with you on that. I really am.
You know, and we also talk a lot about the harm that it does to this case. I want to talk about the harm that it's doing to so many other cases. How many other children are not getting any fucking attention because of
this.
all the focus on this case or on
That's
Summer's case?
That's right. Can you imagine these people with the big channels doing what we do one time a day? They would get a lot of faces out there if they made a video with everybody on it, wouldn't they? They'd get a lot of views. So why can't they do that too if they're so for it? It doesn't take nothing. I wish they would. I wish they would use, if they want to use their channel for drama and all that, make your money, fine. But at least do something good with it at least once a day. I don't know why it wouldn't take you much to do it. It's a good advice if you're listening to me.
It took me 15 minutes to make that intro that I do at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, as a bigger creator, they've been around a long time. It'll probably take them less than 2 minutes to do it.
I can pop out videos fast if I want to. I take my time, but I could pop them out fast. So I know. I wish they would. If you're listening, please use your channels with all your views to put out just a short 2-minute film in the beginning with all the posters of the missing on it. You know, you don't even have to talk about them. Just let their faces be seen in the beginning or the end of your show with all of them people. You could do so much good. And then continue on with your drama, speculation, opinion, pointing fingers, being funny, doing whatever the fuck you want.
Well, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But I showed 14 people in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They all get 11 seconds.
I have 98 on one, and it's less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, or at least, you know, do like what Darkness Exposed does and have that slideshow of the missing going in the background while you're doing your bullshit. At least you're getting some missing people's faces out there.
Right.
But no,
you know,
they don't want
anybody. I'm not against any creators. I don't go to certain creators because I don't like what they do. We're not on the same page. Why would I go into a store and buy food that I don't like? No. So why will I go put my eyes or my mind into some creator's chat where I don't agree with them? So I go where I like. I just don't like what they do. It doesn't mean nobody else. If you like them, that's fine. Okay. But you ain't never going to get that kind of crap on my channel. So don't look forward to it. It isn't happening.
I want to give a shout out to Where the Wind Blows. They constantly are helping me out. They let me know when one of the missing's been found. And so I want to really tell them how much I appreciate them for supporting my channel and helping me give alerts that someone's been found, because as many as I cover, there's no way I could catch all of them.
Oh, thank you so much. Very appreciated. Yes. Anybody who helps. I think anybody who watches a video is very supportive, and I appreciate it, you know.
And single mom dropped down, so I imagine her phone died or computer or whatever she was on.
Right.
'Cause I haven't seen her come back into the chat.
Must have. Well, maybe there's fireworks going on, this going on around here. My dog's a little freaked out. But I don't know. I wish I could talk to Doug and tell Doug, maybe you don't want to do this, if you're trying to be credible again or whatever, I mean, maybe you want to just run. Maybe I could tuck you into running some faces or something.
Well, the problem is the adrenaline high from having 1,200 people in your chat when you haven't had that for months.
Yeah.
It's going to make the same. People have patterns. And if this pattern is working for him, well, he hasn't even tried anything else. But if, yes, True Crime and Coffee panel is open. It's pinned to the top, the StreamYard.
Yeah, come on in.
And anybody else that wants to come up. When you see the dollars come in and the views and clicks and everything go up, it's like an adrenaline high for him. So it's not going to stop, and it's sad.
Yeah.
But how do you differentiate yourself to where instead of 17,000 views from the video that's on the screen there, how do you get that to 9,000 views and actually do good with it?
Yes.
Great question.
Come up, True Crime. It is an open panel. I agree with you, Level. I really do. It's like, I don't want to grow my channel to have a name. Like, you can take my face away. You can take my name. You can take my voice, right? Just look at the faces that I put out. You know what I mean? Or, that's all I care about. And I would love to have that many people. Okay. But I don't. And I don't understand. I don't want to change my channel or my values to get that, and some people think that's stupid, well, why not grow your channel and do that? Well, because I can't do this. I can't make fun of or use a name to get somebody in there, clickbait stuff. I can't speculate on it. I'm too trained into the research and the truth. That's me.
And I love it. People will defend him and say that he has a good heart and he's really meaning to try to do the right thing. Well, not now, not after what I've seen the last 4 days.
No, I started to believe it too, that he was changing, and I don't anymore because this is not funny. It's not funny.
See, and I'm like checking, I could do a lot to grow my channel. I mean, hell, doing it the way I have, it's even grown faster than I thought it would. But I'm not willing to sacrifice my principles in order to grow my channel. I would rather have 30 people in a chat and have 50 views on a video that people share than have 5,000 views on something that isn't factual, that's just all about the drama. Because if it gets 50 views and those 50 people share it, then that's at least 100 people that didn't know about that child that went missing before. Right. So that's how I look at it.
I do too. That's why I share everything you guys do, because I have a different, area and a different, different viewers than you do. I mean, yeah, we still have some of the same in our chats, but that's not everybody. You know what I mean? And they share it, and it just is an ongoing share. So it doesn't matter to me who does it, or if we all do the same one. It's all good. That's what working together is. That's what working together is. And I think everybody says you can't work together. Yes, you can when you're not in competition, when all your goal is to do the right thing. And that's where we're at.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone on this panel works with one another, and it works great because that gets these kids that much more exposure. And if for some reason one of us isn't able to cover one child, the other one usually picks it up. So
Yep. It's not impossible to work together and work at the same cases and be able to get along. Look, I'm not in their personal lives, you know what I'm saying? But we work fine together. We come up with ideas and we share each other's work and we support each other. And that's because we're not in competition. I could care less if Articat got 10,000 subscribers right now. I'd be happy for him, and I'd still do what I do. Wouldn't change a bit.
Oh, well, that's like I always try to watch what Arctic is, what people he's putting out, but I've come to the realization that it doesn't matter if he puts one out and I put one out at the same time.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
The thing is they get double exposure.
Right.
So-
I
Exactly.
agree.
And that's how we can tell the creators that are here for good or not. Because if you're getting mad for somebody else sharing a missing child on their platform that needs the attention, I mean, you're going in the wrong direction with what you're trying to accomplish, if you ask me.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. I totally agree with you. I mean, like, isn't it the same as if Arctic makes the video and I share it? It's just like it's being on my channel then too. Actually, it's just not the video on my channel. It's just on my community page, but my same people see it. So it's kind of like I'm putting it out too, right? So that's not stealing. It's called working together.
Exactly. I mean, and I've told people before, I mean, if you see something that I've put out, you can use anything that I put out on my channel. You can play my whole damn video on your channel if you want to, because the bottom line is I want that child's face out there. I'll never copyright anyone that uses anything I put out for the right reasons. So
That's right. I agree. Same with mine. You know what I mean? As long as you're using it for good, it's for the public. That's what it's out there for. And
Yeah.
true crime, you're in a little video, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I made a little video on small channels. So hey, if you guys
Oh,
want to know some
wow. So
good
you'll have me
channels,
fangirling, checking. I'm bad for it.
if you guys are into it, you know, I'm not trying to give myself a little cheap promotion here, but I made a lot of videos. In fact, this is the 14th one, I think, on little channels that are really good. So, you know, my first video's got a couple people in there that I wouldn't recommend, but take it upon yourself. You know, that's what they're there
I
for.
found a few channels that I wasn't aware of through your videos. So I enjoy those because, you know, in the YouTube searches and stuff, not a lot of the good content gets up in the algorithm, you know. So I don't
Yeah.
ever see it unless one of my friends or somebody that I associate with tells me about it, or I see it on one of your all's pages.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed that these smaller channels that just started up, that the YouTube is changing right now. So it's summertime outside. People are out and about. The C word is over with for the most part. And the numbers of viewers has gone down dramatically. So like we were in one today checking that has 126 subs. They
Mhm.
put out good content today, but
Mhm.
how many? I shared it on my wall, but how many of those?
I did too.
How many people are really going to go watch it? I mean, it's also Sunday and tomorrow's 4th of July and fireworks are going off like crazy.
That's where we
So-
pray for the replays. You know, I thank heaven for them because you might not see me in your chat, you know, if I'm busy, but definitely I will always go back and watch and give a thumbs up and leave a comment because that is the best way to help a channel. Sub, share, and you know what I mean? Get those and leave a comment because that's how your algorithms go up. So I do it too. All the channels I can that I support. So it's, if you didn't know that, do it. You know what I mean? And even some of the, you know, there's bigger channels that maybe got caught up in that bullshit, but they're changing their tune and they see what it happened and they want something to be different. They got to be given a chance too. But there's just a few out there. Let me tell you, ain't never gonna ever. I am one and done. Sorry, fools.
Where the wind blows, yes, comments help. The more comments you get, the better exposure your video's getting. Even if the views aren't going up,
Yep.
the algorithm is grabbing the comments. Like I have a video that has 700 views, but there's over 85 comments. That's the most I've ever had,
Yeah.
and that one is being seen by almost everybody.
No, yeah, because it gets put out there up on a suggest page, you know. Otherwise, you're in the, you know, you don't even get seen. Even in the community page, it won't be pulled up, you know. So that's why that helps on the community page. If you're looking at something or reading something, a thumbs up or just even a thank you or 2 letters or something, it's a comment. It works, right?
Well, if you go back to this I did a live this last Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve, and I had 2,000 views, and it was like my first live I ever did. I only had like 200 subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
But there was 1,000 views by the time the thing was over. So a lot has changed now. That was when everybody was at home. Everybody was bored. Everybody needed something to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get replays from videos I put out 4 years ago. So I'll be like, what the heck are they talking about? I have to go remind myself what they're, so it does. Once it's out there, it's out there, They continue to grow.
Oh yeah, where the wind blows. It doesn't matter what you comment. It's the comment that counts. I mean, most of the comments are pretty much the same on all of my videos. And here's a fun fact. If you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. It helps the algorithm just the same. So
I even like to have people in my comments that, I guess criticize my videos. Yeah, give me suggestions, and I always, try to accept them. And here recently, I had one, and lady came back at me, and she's like, "I apologize. I wasn't trying to be anyway. Your volume was just loud." And I told her, "No, I don't mind. Tell me if the volume's too loud because I'm new to this. That way, I know where to improve."
Oh, right on. Creative criticism. Yeah, not disrespect, but creative criticism. Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
I mean,
yeah,
because I know when I first started, before I got an actual mic, some of my videos, the volume was way too low for people to hear. And I'll never forget, I was on a live stream for almost an hour one night, and no one bothered to tell me that they couldn't hear me because, in StreamYard, when you go in there, you've got to click that little add to stream where your little icon is. Well, I didn't do that. So I was doing the whole live, and no one could hear a damn thing out of my mouth.
Click their video and give them a like. Yep. And something, I do make playlists. So playlists I have lots of playlists on my channel. I even put them in that little, the suggestion thing sometimes. Or I'll go and post a video that I think did good back in the day and put it out there again. If it's informational, that helps your channel too. But I just want to be up there where people are gonna see my video and watch it, and the faces are out there. I mean, that's all I care about. I just want to get as many as I can out there, and I love working with the people I'm working with because it's not for us. It's not a competition, and I think for the bigger channels it is. And I mean, we're small. You think we'd be going at each other's throats, right? Because we want to grow, but it seems to be the opposite for some reason.
Well,
Definitely.
well, the thing is here we're gonna do a little math. 450,000 people go missing a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there, 400,000 to 500,000, right? So 450,000 divided by 365 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 1,232 people a day.
Yeah, that seems about right for the statistics I've seen. Yeah.
Divided by 24 hours. So each hour, 51 people. There's
So how many is that? It's every minute and a half or every half a minute, which is, I mean, I don't know if it's forward or backwards, but yeah. So think about that. 55 in 1 hour. So that's short of, 10 minutes. That's a lot of people.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
every
I did
5
that wrong.
minutes or, whatever. That's crazy.
55 in an hour, that's almost a person a second.
Yeah, a person in 5 minutes. I mean, it's crazy. And that's all around.
Well, the thing is we some of them we don't even know that are missing. Look at the little boy that they can't even figure out who his parents are.
Yes. What is that? Has anybody heard anything on that?
They did find out. Are you talking about the one out at Kingsport?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found out who he belongs to. There's an investigation underway as to why he was wandering around the streets by himself, but they did find out who he belongs to.
Oh, that's good. I hope that they're checking into that. I mean, wow. That's scary to me. You have parents that don't care at all about their kids and they can just do anything they want, go all around and be all around and just don't, and they're safe and they get home safe. And then you got parents who are good parents, watch your children, take good care of them, make sure they're telling them good things and bad things. And then this happens to them. So,
Well, I mean, we've got a 5-6-year-old little boy that was stuffed in a suitcase and thrown out like garbage out of Indiana,
yeah,
and we can't even get the damn law enforcement in that area to do a fucking forensic sketch so we can try to figure out who this little boy is.
yeah.
Yeah, why are they being so close-lipped about that?
Now,
They're
do you
keeping this
think-
really, really tight to the vest. It looks like they would want to figure out, who that child is.
Yeah. Do you think
Well-
that maybe it was just too decomposed to be able to get, they can do a bone reconstruction through Skeletor things.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
take a bare ass skull and do a
Yes.
facial reconstruction.
Yeah, I
So
think they
there's
do all
there's
that
no
in computers
excuse.
now.
What?
They can do it via computers. They don't even have to. I mean, they can take that skull, even if it was nothing but a skull. They
Right.
could do a facial reconstruction with it all via computer. There's no excuse for them not to put out some type of forensic picture of what that child looked like.
Exactly. And you can get DNA out of bones. So why aren't they testing them?
Well, where's this at in Indiana?
It's-
I saw it, but I wasn't paying attention to the town. Does anybody know?
oh,
I
gosh, I
don't
don't.
know off the
I don't
top
have
of
the
my head.
name of the town off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I can see real quick.
I live. I can walk to the Indiana border from where I live. That's why I ask.
If I'm not mistaken, it was down in southern Indiana, but hang on, I'm at the laptop. I'll look up real quick.
All I know is he was found by a mushroom hunter. He was stuffed in a Las Vegas suitcase, and they should be submitting that DNA to GEDmatch. They should be releasing a forensic sketch. They're not going out of their way to try to figure out who this boy is, and instead he's buried in an anonymous grave out there, and that's just not right.
Yeah. What about
They found an.
uh,
Oh no, I was just reading about it. I don't see the town, but
so then I was confused earlier, so I'm gonna completely flip scripts here and go to Minnesota. And I know this is close to your heart there, checking, but
yeah.
there's a 6-year-old that was part of the family that's still missing. Did I catch that right, or I'm wrong?
They found all 3 children.
I thought there was another one that was missing,
No,
or is that a whole different thing?
I think that's something different. I haven't even heard about that. You're talking about the lake at Vadnais, Lake Vadnais?
Yeah, but then there was like a 6-year-old that was missing in the same area, or I might be completely wrong. I might have
Yeah, I
read
don't.
the article.
They were looking. They found one, and they were looking for the others. The mother and there was a mother and the 2 kids were still missing when they found. Okay, so that might have been what you were hearing. Because they were missing, and they did find him. He was the last to be found, and and the father suicide, and yeah, it's really sad. I don't know how anything else on it. I don't know nothing on it at all. That's all I know is that they were found. Mother was found up further in the lake, and I mean this lake is I can walk there. You know what I'm saying? That's how close it is. So it's freaky to me. It's really, really sad that I don't know if the dad killed him or if the mom did it, or I have no idea, but the whole family's gone.
Wow.
Well, and I did get a notification on Tuesday from somebody that always sends me stuff, and I'm grateful that they do. The remains were found in 2013, identified as a 16-year-old girl who disappeared in 2000.
Mm,
I plan to do, I want to do some backstory and
Yeah.
Plan to put something out on it. I haven't had time to dig and search into it because they don't even say in the article who it was. So I was searching some, but I haven't had a chance to do it.
right.
So that one will be a good one coming up.
Mm. Yeah, I just I you know, it's I don't know. Everybody wants to say it's COVID. I don't think it's COVID anymore, people. People are outside. So maybe it's fresh air. I don't know. But it's bad. It's the level of things that are going on with all these children. Maybe it's because I see them every day, or I'm looking for them every day, or I'm sharing them every day. But it gets overwhelming. There's a lot. We just definitely don't need drama added to all that.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is it takes a mental toll on us as creators when we cover this many cases of
Mhm.
children, especially when you get. For me, the hardest ones are the autistic children that are later found drowned in a
Yes.
body of water,
Yep.
and
Or ones
I
walking away.
really I have to take a mental health break after each and every one of those cases. I have to go smoke a joint, get myself in order, because it's something that could be totally avoided. We need classes for the parents of autistic children to prevent these types of tragedies from happening.
How about the facilities that these children or young adults that are in them are being left? We'll go just sit outside, released from places that they have no
I mean,
idea.
there was a child in Houston, Texas. Well, he wasn't a child; he was over the age of 18, or well, no, he was 18,
Right.
but he was released from a facility
Yeah.
without even notification to his parents.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, and his parents, his mom had conservatorship over him because he was not able to make decisions for himself, and they just released him. And as far as I'm aware, they still have not found this fool.
That's right. I don't think they have either. But
I was
yeah,
looking into a missing person alert that came over my Twitter feed, and I think it was Michaela Gardner out of the Bronx. And so I was going to do a poster, and a video for it. And I got to looking in a Google search, just digging up articles, and I kept getting confused because some of them was from 2020, some of them was from November 2021. At any rate, there was upwards of 5 or 6 articles where this girl had ran away several times, with different groups of children. So I just didn't do a video because I couldn't sort through it all, and I still haven't decided what's correct information and the most, up to date. But it's crazy.
yeah, there's certain areas that got more missing than other areas, and I personally want to try to figure that out. I want to figure out what's going on in those areas. Is it because of the access to being out of the state quickly? Is it because the train runs there? The river is there? Do you know what I'm saying? Ways of travel.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh,
All we
you
can
hear
do
me.
is be good. Right, level. Just stay on the level.
Yeah, right. Well, the hardest thing is to put out the most factual information that you can find when there's not even a missing persons poster. And then when they're found, like Ariana was found, but it was just her mother released something. The police didn't even release something.
Yeah, I don't go by
And
that.
yeah, and a lot of times when they're like 16, 17, 18 years old, a lot of times they're runaways and labeled as missing people, and you'd never hear anything about it again.
And they matter. They matter. They
Oh,
matter.
yeah.
If you ask me, they matter more because what made them run away? Were they groomed and they come from a good family and groomed online? And so they're in sex trafficking? Or were they treated miserably at home and they needed a way out. Either or. That is somebody who is extra, needs extra, like an alert, a danger, an endangered, whatever it is. I think runaways really, really matter because there's a reason why they're a runaway. Even if it's their own struggle with drugs, they still need help.
Yeah. Which reminds me, the young boy from Burlington, Vermont. I haven't seen any updates that he's come home yet.
Yeah, I haven't
know
seen
I
any
did send
updates
her.
on any.
Well, I did send his mom. Duchess did a thing on 1-800 number to like be an advocate in between the family and the actual person that was the runaway.
Oh, cool.
I did give that to her and told her to, at least if he calls again, give him the number so that
wow,
at least there's
cool.
a median person in between, so that whatever the issue was, that the issue could be worked out, and at least that they can have, like, I mean, if he's not going home, fine. But
How do you find out about this? I never
uh,
heard of this level. This is really interesting to me. You can get a number to
yeah, there's
intermediate. That is
I think
fantastic.
it was an actual hotline.
Okay.
The Duchess has it on her channel. I'll send it to you after this. I
Okay.
don't have it right now, but I did send it to her and told her that was the last time I spoke to her, was said to reach out. And the biggest thing with him as a runaway, and he didn't want to come home, is that at least even if you could get him to call every single day,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Just
so
know
that you
that
know that
he's
he's okay. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing that when you run away and you don't want to talk to anybody, that's not good. As long as, even if he was just speaking to her, obviously the parents want them home, but even if he just called every day, that would be a big win for
Oh,
the
you ain't
parents.
kidding, because that's the hardest part of a missing person. I can tell you from experience that it is the wonder, you're constantly looking, your mind is working, but it's working so fast at people's faces and where could be and was that person, and where are they? Where? I mean, I can't even really explain it, but that if they could talk to them at least once a day, I'm sure that would just help so much the person and the family. I love that idea. Absolutely love it. I didn't know you could do that. I need to find out that stuff. See, I just need to find that stuff out.
So
And you
it's
guys do
it's-
the updates on the current, like, people that are just missing that day, which you get to see a lot of wins on. I do so many not forgotten, like the Native community, the Native Americans, and the ones that are John Doe, Jane Doe. I mean, I do so many of them, and I just, my heart breaks for them because some of them are so old.
Yeah, and so many of the Native American
so many.
cases, they just get swept under the rug. I don't
Yeah.
know why they don't get any attention, but I post probably a good 20 missing Native Americans to my community tab every day because
Yeah.
they're not getting any coverage. I mean,
Yeah, I've made how many videos on them with all of them that are still going on, and I check all. I even have another website that I just found where I've been reading on, the red hand and what it means and what the I can't remember the last numbers, but it's really sad, dude. It's really sad, and a lot of it is because they do have their own, laws and that kind of stuff, reservation things. So. I don't understand it, but I do think they need to be seen. So,
Charlene J. Earlier in the discussion, we were talking about what the pictures are. It wasn't clickbait. I mean, I have a picture that says anything for $1 because there's a missing kid, and they want to make fun of people. It was yesterday, I think that video was. You wear a ski mask and say, "Not Jim Terry, the PI." And you're making fun of a family, and you're making fun of the whole case and everything. And that's not right. There's still a missing boy, and it's still a criminal investigation.
Yeah, if they want to talk about Jim Terry, then please leave Dylan out of it and talk just about Jim Terry, because I have no problem with that.
Yeah, so I guess the title is kind of like what she said. She wanted to know what was wrong with you people. We're wondering what is wrong with these people. Like, we see both sides of it. We're not in here trashing and bashing
No,
nobody. We
I'm
see
not
both sides of it in a
trashing them.
way. And it's crazy because it doesn't have to come to this. You know, he could wait till after this is all over with and take care of this in a different way, is all that was being said. It ain't nothing in here going on about anything like that, or no clickbait.
Yeah, we're not
Exactly.
bashing channels or bashing people or threatening people, or no, nothing like that at all.
And Duchess, I want to just shout you out too. You have been amazing about sharing the content and the flyers and stuff that I post on my channel, and I want to thank you for that. And you're right, the Black and Missing is an excellent resource. If you're not following them on Twitter, I highly recommend that you go give them a follow.
Mm-hmm. But y'all know I need all that little where do you go to, is because I'm finding it on my own, because I'm completely from a different part of the real crime community, you know. So yeah, I appreciate it. Support and working together. It's not impossible. It's just
Oh,
that's why it
absolutely.
kills me to hear everybody say that, because it doesn't. We're not up here bashing anybody or talking down. We're just thinking
No,
it hurts an investigation, and
I think
we set our
I think
piece.
what they were meaning is when they came in that we weren't talking about what is on screen. I can take this off screen.
Oh, okay.
Does that make
Well,
sense?
geez, that's
Like,
kind of petty if you ask me. Sorry.
well, yeah. I mean, they'd have to rewind and
Sorry,
probably
no
said,
offense. I really don't
Yeah.
mean nothing wrong, but that's kind of petty. I mean, can't you come in and just say hi? What are you talking about?
I'm always
guess
lost in the sauce, I
I'm
guess.
so nice. I can't help it. That's just who I am. I think you should be nice. You get, more flies with sugar than you do vinegar. Oh, Duchess is in here. And she's in one of my videos too. and now I say that and I feel bad. I'm thinking people are going to think, what the heck?
Baby's up, guys. It was great chatting with you guys, but I'll be down in the chat room. I've got to go real quick.
All
Have a
right,
good
All
honey.
right, no problem. Thank you for coming up. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Level, for letting us chat about
Yeah,
that.
well, I mean, enough is enough. How many? I mean, we've been watching this since what, the 20, was it the 23rd or even before that?
I couldn't tell you.
It's been going on for like almost 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2
But,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
yeah. Enough is enough.
And there's no point of it anymore, actually. None at all.
I'm actually glad that law enforcement has been making some moves, though.
Yeah.
On the case.
See, that's
Yeah.
one good thing. 2 people in jail, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, 2 people are in jail. And the thing that's concerning to me is this last one that was arrested. I don't know how true it is, but there's been speculation about that he was wearing Dylan's hat or something like that.
I didn't
So,
hear that. Is that the guy with the guns?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that. I
the
watched
one that was
Brian.
that was
No, I
squatting
watched,
in a trailer near Dylan's farm.
I watched the guy who does the Valos case, that reporter. Can't remember his name. But he's pretty good. I watched him read the papers.
But what I would like for our little team to do is I'd like for us to come together. I would very much like for us to do a deep dive into Aiden's case, since Aiden is not getting any attention and Dylan's getting all the attention right now.
Senate the Serenity Alert petition to be signed to cover the missing kids. Don't call. If you want to go over to my page and or I'll go to your page if it's on there, and I'll share that, Duchess. Definitely, I'm all for them things to help kids. I'm all for them. Sorry.
Here, I'll just make it easy for you, Duchess.
Sorry, Eric.
Oh, you're fine.
I could be rude. I have no filter like you.
Well, we all know my filter went away a long time ago. But
Look, I didn't never have one. I've been trying to find one. I tell you, Kmart, Walmart. Anybody find any yet? I mean, if you can send me in that direction, I'll buy some.
I think that's the part of my brain that got ate up. My filter's gone.
Yeah. Well, mine's too old to be replaced. How's that? They don't make that model anymore. That's that one for sure. Thank you so much. I will definitely do that.
I think Darkness is Tuesday, right? When she's going
Mhm.
live.
Yes.
I'll have to dig in so I know what I'm talking about, but I'm definitely going to try to be there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there.
I'm definitely going to be on her panel. But yeah, it's a shame that Aiden's case is getting completely lost in the background, and there's a lot to it. If you want to really brush up on Aiden's case, 10 to Life did a really good video about Aiden's case.
I never heard of that channel. See, there's another channel I gotta go check out. See if they go into a video.
Yeah,
They got a lot of subs. They don't.
They got a lot of subs.
Yeah, they don't need my help.
They don't need your help, but it's a good resource to. It's just like it's a crime with Linda. It's just
called
like her
what was that?
channel.
What was that called?
You know the one. It's
10
called
to
10 to
Life.
Life.
10 to Life. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I got it. I'm sorry. Article. I mean, level. What were you saying?
She's a lot like It's a Crime with Linda. They do like the same type of. Linda does more graphs and stuff, and Annalise runs the 10 to Life, and she does more of like seeing a case go from somebody disappearing to somebody being caught, somebody being tried, and tries to close it up. But they both kind of do the same style, and they both have about the same amount of subs.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And that was like the one I sent you earlier.
There, where I was earlier.
Yeah, the one that I sent earlier about Dylan.
Oh,
in our group thing. That's
Oh, yeah.
Linda. With
yeah.
It's a
Oh,
Crime
okay.
with Linda.
Well, see, that's when you're saying that name, I'm going, what did I do? Because that's my name. I'm like, what did I do? Linda did what? I gotcha. Hey, Sunday night. What can I tell you? I didn't party last night, and there's no work tomorrow. So what the heck? A little bit too much smoke, maybe. I don't know. You guys were killing me earlier. Arctic, you're one funny person. I'll tell you what. I need to write some of them jokes down, dude.
I told y'all I did stand up comedy for like 2 years. I used to manage a comedy club. So
Did
I
you
should be
really?
funny.
Oh shit! Why didn't you make your channel on that crap, man? I'd be laughing. I would never get nothing done. You guys kill me. Oh, sorry, I went way off tracks there, didn't I?
Well, the funny thing is I was managing the club. I never had any intention of doing stand-up comedy, but our act canceled on us one night. And my boss was like, dude, you got to go up there. We ain't got no one else to put on stage. And I was like, what the hell am I going to joke about for 30 minutes? And then I was like, oh, yeah, I grew up in Arkansas. I've got worlds of material.
You just talk hillbilly shit, right?
The first thing I did is I went on stage and I was like, you know, it's good to be back here in Oklahoma City. I just got back from a small town called Fort Smith, Arkansas. Let me tell you something about Arkansas. Everyone there suffers from a disease. It's called CSD, stands for Common Sense Deficiency. If you want any further proof of that, just look at Bill Clinton. The man says he didn't inhale. He sounds like he's choking on a fucking joint. It's like, first off, let me see about feeling pain. I swear I did not have sexual relations with that woman. She got down on her knees and had sex with me.
Oh, damn it. You just pop that shit off at the top of your head, though. I mean,
oh, yeah. I mean,
and then 2 seconds later, there's a fucking smart ass comment back, and I'm fucking dying. I'm trying to read it. And as you can tell, I'm trying to breathe at the same time. Hey, at my age, smoking as much as I did, I'm lucky I can breathe and talk. I'll tell you what. But you are funny. Oh my gosh, you're funny. You should do
Bill
that.
Clinton. I mean, man, turn the Lincoln bedroom into a Motel 6. They should have made the host. They should have made the spokesman for the White House, Tom Bodett, he'd leave the light on for you. So, I mean,
This kid's coming out. You're hilarious.
you know, but Monica Lewinsky, she came out of it smelling like a rose. She came out with her own line of presidential knee pads, selling them on QVC. So,
Arctic, you're gonna have to go on the expert one night.
And listen, you are going to have to go on the expert. Yeah, I was just going to say, and she also came out with her own just pattern.
poor Monica, she can't go anywhere. She went to take her dry cleaning to the dry cleaners the other day. The dry cleaner was like, "Thank you, come again." She's like, "No, you nosy bitch, it's mustard this time." Thank you.
Oh my Lord. Ooh, happy 4th of July. This is America. We can say this shit. Oh my gosh. You could listen, you could talk Clinton all day long and I will sit there and laugh my butt off about that stuff. I'll tell you what. Oh yeah. That guy I don't like. I don't like what he did put into law. You know, he did hurt our justice system extremely. So
He did some good for the economy, though. I mean, he had his good and he had his bad. So
yeah, but now it states that in federal law, if you're innocent, that's not enough reason to be free. It's called the DAPA, the Anti-Terrorist Bombing Act.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that shit will kill you. Anyway, I'm dead. Oh, from laughing. I hear you.
Yeah.
You need to do your channel for true crime and then get on there and look. We're talking, you could say the streets have now seen the truth or something, because you could talk about YouTube in fucking such a funny way, dude. You'd be like 100,000 subs right away. You're so funny. I'm not kidding you. Let me promote you. We'll get you going in your own channel, Comedy Act. Sizzling streets of YouTube, according to a freezing cat or a fox.
Well, my therapist, that's what she tried to get me to do, because I told her, well, she was one of the ones pushing me to start a channel. And I was like, yeah, well, I can't. Here's the deal. I can do stand-up comedy like on here with you guys because I know y'all. But like when I was doing it professionally, I was drunk all the fucking time.
Yeah,
and
you
on much stronger
and
on much stronger shit than weed. So
listen, you could sit back here behind your, nobody sees you, and do an upload, and it would be a hit, dude. I'm telling you. You just got to do it. You got to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to get in your head and make you do a comedy channel.
I'm considering it.
We all need it, Arctic. We all need to laugh, because this stuff is so heart-wrenching and mind-consuming, and I don't care what anybody says. I feel for every one of them faces I see, and I don't know them. So when you see somebody like, I'm going to use Monkey for example, his mother, who is on here and doing that, it makes you even more drive for me, and even more, heartache. I take that stuff to heart.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially hard when you talk to these family members, like in Timmy D's case, where I've gotten to know Barbara Hall so well. And in some of these other cases, like with Monkey, I mean, I know Brandy pretty well. She's been on my panel. She's been on Levi's panel. She's been on several panels. And, it's heart-wrenching, especially when I see the British answer to Alex Jones putting all kinds of propaganda out with nothing to back it up. And anyway,
I don't even know that case like you guys do. I'm just new to it, but what I have seen has been extremely heart-wrenching to me. And then like you said, to go and see somebody just trying to turn it into I'm sorry, Summer, but into that, it makes me so mad. Oh, I get so mad. I just don't see how people can sit there and say that they're what they're saying is fact when it's not, for one, because I'm such a factual documentator. You have to show me kind of shit,
So,
for me to
so I
believe
got
it.
I got the best one today. So when these, let's say, parents or siblings or whatever, when somebody goes missing,
Mhm.
and people are putting on information on YouTube that that facts are based off of what somebody says from a YouTube, which it's not, in my opinion. It's totally not, and
No, not
it
hearsay.
will just blow my mind.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
mean, most of my videos, I am reading the information directly either out of a reputable news source or I'm reading it straight from the sheriff's department's press release. So.
Exactly. I listen. Research is part of my game. Okay, so that's not hard for me to do. All right. Plus, I have a fucking shitload of researchers, and I'm talking like some of them do it for a living. Okay, seriously, they're good genealogists, all that at my hands. So if I needed to know anything and it be factual, I could do it that way. And that's the way I go. I'm not going to say, oops, I got a phone call or I got a screenshot of a screenshot and this is fact. I can't put that out. I can't. I just won't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I've gotten a lot of people come to me and say, I heard this or I saw this on Twitter. I was like, well, let me verify it with a law enforcement agency and then I'll do something with it. But until I have it verified, I'm not putting that out on my channel. So
Right. That's another reason why I think I do the missing and not forgotten, the really old cases, because you'll know about them if they are solved or if they have been. And these new ones that you guys do, you really got to keep up on that. I mean, boom, boom, boom. You just get done putting out a video and boom, that person's found or located and safe. And I love that. I mean, I absolutely love seeing those wins, but it's got to be hard for you to keep up with that. Do you know what I mean?
oh yeah, I mean, well, a perfect example was when we were working on the Riker Webb case, because they had come out, they had said that they were searching via air and via water for Riker, and then that's no sooner did I have that video on my channel, boom, I got the alert that he had been found. So I had to take that down and then do a new video with the update that Riker Webb had been found. So
yeah, and same with you, Level. You'll be doing live and boom, they're found right on your live.
Well, that Amber Alert that I was covering in Idaho,
Yeah.
That one was crazy because I had the article all pulled up to read like where they were heading to, and I go to click on it and it refreshed on its own. And I was like, what's going on here? Where did it go? And it took a second because they were updating it while I was refreshing it, and they happened to find all of them.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's fantastic. It's good. Yeah. It makes you feel good because you were covering it, and boom, you have a win. Not that you were covering it, but that there's a win to what you were talking about, and you get to see the result. And I think that's fantastic. Like just like I love the live you did when we were doing posters and going over them and doing this research right there. If we would have been a little bit more organized, maybe, and I would have shut my trap a little bit more, maybe we would have got some more done. But, I mean, I couldn't get over the experience of looking at, because I like to research, looking and seeing if it's okay, and then talking to people at the same time. I think that's very beneficial.
Yeah.
It shows other people how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a little bit of work. I mean, it's a lot of work when you're trying to put out, like Arctic puts out so many missing people in a day. It's become natural to him to do. But what people don't understand is that just because you see one post over on Facebook or one post on Twitter doesn't mean that they're really like missing. Like they could have been found already. Somebody could have falsely reported it. There's so many different factors, and then I know for a fact that because Arctic tells us that there's times that he has to delete stuff because he didn't put it out fast enough, or it wasn't true, or different stuff. So it does take some time.
like the ones you get no name to, or you know,
Well,
I
there's
hear-
been a lot.
I
There's been
hear
a lot
artists-
lately. I
Yeah.
see it with no posters.
it's I don't get
Yeah,
that.
that's the ones that always get me. They'll put out a release like there's a 5-year-old child missing in North Carolina. Please help us find them. There's no picture. There's no name. And I'm like, okay, my 93 Ford pickup got stolen. Please help me find it. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different factors. And so for anybody to think that this isn't work, it is. And I'm going to take my little bit of money that YouTube gives me so I can keep my stuff going. But I don't have all that, what is that banner running and no sayings when somebody gives me money and no, none of that stuff. That just not happening. Okay. Because I'm not going to make money off of no child. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, the only banner you'll ever see running across the bottom of my screen is the child's information. So,
Yeah, well, that I have that for like during my lives. I'll put out something, or whatever, but it's never a Cash App. Sorry, I don't have no saying either. Like gang, blood, money, whatever. Bleh, bleh. I don't say none of that. I say
Yeah,
thank you,
I
and you can
mean-
really, if you want to help, I've said it. If you really want to help, you could donate that to the missing and exploited instead. Okay, because
exactly. I
don't need
mean,
it. I have food.
I've made donations for children to have flyers printed up. I've made donations towards children's reward funds, and
Right.
I'm not even monetized. So, what's your
Right.
excuse?
I mean, I tell them straight up, hey, you could take that $5. Please don't send it to me. Give it to somebody. You know what I mean? I appreciate the thought, but I'm not starving. These people need more resources, and the only way they can get that is through donations. So I'm all for that. I'm all for having a fundraiser and putting a link in that. I don't see none of it. You push that link, it goes straight to that person you're donating it to, not a person, whatever it is, right to
Exactly.
the cause.
I mean, I
Never-
will share a GoFundMe, but the only GoFundMes I'm going to share are the ones that are set up by the actual family. I'm not sharing anything other than that. So,
Right. I don't do any of that. I won't get caught up in that. And I've been in plenty of fundraisers for the wrongly convicted, and they run smoothly because you click that link and it goes right to the Innocence Project or to the forensic science, whatever it is, so you can be done. So don't fall for it.
Well, and this is a good thing too, where they so she sends you a poster or a picture or whatever, and then all of a sudden you go and you verify it because obviously we have to do our due diligence as creators, and then all of a sudden it's already found. But after doing all of the work, you might as well just put those out anyways because it's only a couple minutes of your time. And I like when there's good endings to stories.
Oh, I love that when I'll get an update on somebody I put on my community page and I can go over there and put found, located, safe. You know what I mean? I absolutely love that.
yeah, but here's the deal. I used to just go back into my videos and update the description to say update found safe. Well, apparently Hooked on Phonics hasn't worked for a great number of people because they'll still continue to comment found safe, found safe, found safe. I'm like, did you read the description of the video? I updated it just because they've been found safe.
You know what you can do? Get yourself a thumbnail that says found safe on it. And every time something happens, put it right on there. Boom, you'll be done.
Yeah.
They can still look at the video. It's still there. It still credits you and for your work. And they get to see that they were found. You know what I mean?
I've been pinning in the comment section as well. So I'll
Yeah,
type a
I found that
comment
don't work.
that says found and I pin it, but some people just don't pay attention.
That's right. That's why I say big old thumbnail with found red across it or green or whatever color, that strikes you.
That, and I
You just
always
put it on there.
update. I always put an update on the community page too that they've been found. But
Right.
you know,
You guys are
here's the
really
deal, though. I mean, unless someone goes specifically to your channel's community tab and reads all your posts, they'll only see a fraction of what you actually post there.
Oh, that is so true. I got to tell you, I've been posting so much information, documental, prevention, and these programs like the Adam program and so many that are really good, and not very many people see them. So I'm going to start reposting them maybe before I do, I don't know, but because I think some of these things should be seen and a lot of people don't know about them,
Absolutely. Now, I've got a good number of subs that do go through my community tab and read every single post. I have one sub in particular that will leave a comment on every single post that I put on the community tab, and I love them for it. So
I do that. I love you too. Because I know I do. So, but no, I agree. I think it, the subs, I'm thankful for anybody that shares anything or, says thank you or, I'm going to share this or thanks for posting this or whatever, because that means their eyes, and they might be talking to somebody and say, you know what, did you hear about that person that was missing out of so-and-so? Oh no, I didn't, you know what I mean? It helps.
Well, here's one thing that I think YouTube needs to change amongst many, but one in particular is that they need to make it to where subs can share from the community tab instead of just creators being able to share to the community tab. Because I have so many of my subs go, well, why can't I share this? And unfortunately, you'll have to take a screenshot and post it to Facebook because there's no way for them to share it.
That's right. I agree. Because I have a lot of people that have said that to me too. Oh, I want to tweet this out and I can't. Or, yeah, they should.
And it's unfortunate because, let's just face facts. Yes, I would love to do a video on every single person that I post to the community tab, but I would never get any sleep at all. It's impossible. It's impossible to cover that many. And that's why I wanted that tab so bad, is so that I could at least get more faces out there. So
I post sometimes 22 times a day on my post, on my community page. Sometimes 20. I've been up as high as 22 times in one day. And that goes on a lot, at least over 10 every single day, because of the prevention and then sharing what you guys get. And then plus what I put out, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on at my community page. And I know you guys is busy too. So I wish our subs could see all of them, and share them, because there's a lot of information from all of us.
Well, and creators too. Unless they tag me, sometimes I don't necessarily see their posts. If I get tagged, I definitely share it. But, unless I go like to Mountain Girls tab, I literally have to go to her tab to find a lot of her posts because they don't necessarily all show up in my newsfeed. So
yeah, I don't see hers either. I have to go to her community page to do it. But I just found out about the tagging thing, how to do it right. So maybe I should do that. See that? I don't know. I don't know when it's a good time to tag or not. You know what I mean? I'm still new to all that.
Well, I think when you tag, we'll experience with each other, because I think when I tag you checking, I think it automatically shows up on your community wall.
Oh, okay.
The Arctic fell down.
Yeah. 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 Okay. I'll check it out. I'll see, because I'm not sure how that works, but I do know my community page gets used a lot. I think all of ours does. I really do. I think we really benefit from that. So, yeah.
True crime. Yes, that's correct. At and then whatever their name is. Mm-hmm. But the thing is trying to see what happens after that. I think it just goes to their wall. So then, you wouldn't even have to share it if I tagged you in mine.
Oh wow, I would like that if that's how it works.
Yeah, where I think it just.
Yeah, I know how to tag. Yeah, but I don't know when it's the right time to tag.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. We'll experience with it after this live. I'll tag you in something.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tag any time. That doesn't matter what time you do it. It's just, now here's the thing too.
What content?
Sometimes in order to see Sometimes in order to see the tag, you've got to go into your creator studio and then click on the mentions section just to see the tag. Sometimes it shows up and lets you know, hey, Dutch has tagged you in a video, but sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Because see, well, that's kind of what I mean too. When's the not what time of the day or anything, but when's the right content to tag you in? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I always felt like, oh, hey, look at my stuff. That's what I meant, and I don't want
Oh,
it.
no. I mean,
don't
well,
wanna feel
I
like
want to be told to look at your stuff. I want to be told, hey, I just put this video out. Please share it. I mean, that's what it's for.
Okay. I just felt like, it's like I'm pushy kind of thing. And I'm not like that. So I don't want to be like, hey, it's all about me. Let's go to my community page,
No, I mean, I don't look at it that way. I look at it as, getting another missing child's face out or getting another video out that's going to cover a missing person. I mean,
Or if you haven't seen it and I know you haven't, that's when I think I always think of tagging, is when I think, I don't think they've seen this. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, usually I'm on the ball about sharing your stuff because I usually get all your notifications, but sometimes on this one.
I have been having a hard time with people's notifications. Like, I didn't get the notification for one of Level's lives recently, I think. Yours too. There's a couple other people that I didn't get notifications for. So I was always told to go sub and unsub from them and do it. I don't know if that works or not, but look, like I said, I lost 6 subscribers yesterday. Well, I gained 10 today. So who knows what's true? I have a hard time with all this numbers crap,
Yeah.
What's real, what's not on it. I just don't get it. I guess I don't really pay that much attention. I just want it to work whatever I'm doing.
I tagged you in a post just now.
Okay.
So but I don't think it went over to your hold on here. I'm trying to bring it up on my end here because it's the actual one I was talking about.
Now that makes me, I just read something in my notification. That makes me feel even better to know that person appreciated that. But I didn't see a notification for you yet. That's what I mean. I don't know if is it, do you think it's on my end? Do maybe I need to check the bell, make sure it's on all, because I pushed it on all for it. So to get all of it.
Well, I went to your page and I didn't see anything on your wall. It just tagged you in it. It was weird. I'll show you what I did here in 1 second once my thing loads.
Oh, you get them later. Okay, well, that might be it. I'm just looking at chat now. I can see chat. I couldn't see it before. Yeah, it does. I think YouTube's got to come clean on quite a few things, fix some things, but I can't imagine what issues they have trying to do so with the notifications and all that. I think I'm pretty sure I got set all on all. Yep, I'm on your page right now, Level, and I could see that I'm on the bell is on all. So
so I tagged you in this one here.
Okay.
This is Endangered Missing Person Northfield PD is requesting the public's assistance locating.
Yeah, I think I got that on my wall.
Okay. Wait, isn't this the same? Isn't that the same?
That's the girl out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
But that's not the same area where the kids went missing, right?
No, that's in Northfield. That's way up north.
Oh.
That little girl's mom had committed suicide, and they're still looking for her.
Yeah. And the other one, that both parents are. And
that's why I got confused. I was reading this earlier, and I was confused.
Okay. Yeah, I just glanced over that case. I didn't really look at it. I was just really shocked about the one that is less than a mile from me. I could walk to that lake right now. And I don't know what trailer court they were in because I don't know. It would have to be way on the other side of the lake, I think.
So let me ask y'all a question. When you've got a missing child and one of their friends posts in the comments section, that's my friend, I know where they're at, they're safe. What should be our response? Because I typically say, well, then have them call their mama.
That's a very good
I would say
response.
please have them call their mom. If you can't, can you have them call me and I'll talk to them? Huh? No, I'd say call the law. Call my mom. Yeah. Call your mom. What do you think, Level?
Yeah, that's call their mother or call the police. I mean,
Tell somebody you're
it's
safe.
failure to report is what that is.
It's tell you have to tell somebody something because
Because I just had one comment on one of the cases that I posted earlier that, you know, they knew where they were at and they were safe. I was like, well, that's great. Have them call their mama.
I was on a live with you and there was somebody in your chat. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I mean, I've had it happen several times, and I'm just like, dude, you've got to contact either law enforcement or the family, one of the two.
Right. Do you think it falls on us to do that? I don't.
It's not our responsibility to do that. I mean, we're not the ones that know where the child's at. So.
See, I think that's where YouTubers get confused. They think it might be their responsibility. I don't find it my responsibility. I'm not a law officer.
What I do now, I sound like the expert. What I do what I do is if I'm in contact with the family, I will take a screenshot of the comment section and send it to the family. And that way they can take that screenshot to law enforcement. And if law enforcement is able to trace that IP address, then that's on them.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because I personally don't, like I said, I would tell them, you need to call your mom. I would not find it upon myself to, call me, take it up with them, listen to it, put it on YouTube, call their parents, put them on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which, I'm all about having families come on the channel. I think, here's the deal. I'm not about exploiting families like some of these other channels, but I do feel like if a missing child's mother comes on your channel and tells the story, like when we were working on the Nikki Rule case, having Callie come on my channel and tell Nikki's story made him real to so many more people in a way that I never would have been able to.
Right. I think it's beneficial, but the people, the parents who are desperate to get it out to anybody, to everybody, and you know that they don't know who's good to go on and talk, because who's going to go on there and put them in a corner and ask them things they don't need to. Personally, I wouldn't ask anything. I would just get on and shut my lips and let them talk. You know what I mean?
It's a case-by-case basis. If I had Candace Cooley on my channel, I would be asking her some tough questions. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it, because I think there's some tough questions that need to be asked of her.
Yeah.
Why did you send your 17-year-old to go live out in a fucking desert where there's 75% of the population that are RSOs?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know, but I don't think it's up to me. I'm not qualified for that. I'm qualified to ask questions, yes, but I'm, you know what I mean? I figured they've already been questioned a million times. They just want to tell their story. I guess that's how I look at it.
I mean, there's some where there's some tough questions that have to be asked. I generally try to just let them tell the story and whatnot. I tend to usually fall on the side of the parents, as you well know, the parents' innocence. There's very few cases where I'm like, yeah, that parent's shady. I'm sorry, I don't. I
I've
mean,
seen you
Summer
do it.
Wells is one of them, and then this whole Candace brought this on herself in Dylan's case because her story has changed a couple of times. And again, the more that comes out about how in debt she is and everything, I mean, I think she really needs to be looked at. I think they need to see if Dylan had any life insurance on him, and if he did, who the beneficiary of that life insurance was. I'm not saying that she was involved in his disappearance. I'm just saying if you're a proper investigator, that's something that needs to be looked at.
I'm sure they are. If you want to know the truth, I'm pretty sure they are. That is something that they do. Like, it's part of their investigation. Who has to benefit from it? They do a victimology on everybody. Then, if they do, then they will find out everything they need to know, because you go from the inside out on an investigation, and that's why it takes so long. A good investigation is quiet and takes a long time.
Well,
Usually
yeah,
things ain't solved right away.
we're talking about a good investigation, but this is Box Elder, and they've dropped the ball not only in Dylan's case, but in Aiden's case as well. So
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of faith in a good investigation coming out of Box Elder County.
Can you speak a little on that? Adrian, is that the name? Because Aiden, because I just heard that today. I didn't know.
Aiden Clune, he's another 19-year-old who is missing out of the same area. He had gone on a road trip. He was supposed to be going to his grandparents' house, but it's a very long and convoluted story.
Okay.
He had been suffering from some mental health issues for a while. It started at he was at his mom's house. He had gotten a text message, and he told his mom, "I've got to get out of here. Don't answer the door for anyone. I'll be back." Now, prior to that, he had had a couple of jobs. He had had some mishaps with the people at those jobs. And like I said, the best way to brush up on Aiden's case is to go watch 10 to Life with Annie Elise. She did the best video on this. But long story short, the mental health facility, the insurance that Aiden had, it was set up in such a way that he wasn't able to get the proper mental health care that he needed. And I think what really happened in Aiden's case is that he was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia at the time that he went missing.
Mhm.
And I think that his healthcare provider probably needs to be held partially accountable for whatever happened to Aiden.
How long ago was this?
This was in April.
Oh, so not that long ago. And he was 19 and in the same area. Is there anything that's similar at all to the case?
He had taken his shoes off. He had taken his shoes off. They tracked his footprints for a couple of miles, I believe they said, and then his footprints just disappeared.
Oh.
Now, apparently, while he was in that area where they found his footprints and he was hiding, he was hiding from law enforcement. Law enforcement had driven by there, but they didn't know to even be looking for Aiden because one municipality had gotten the report, but they didn't report it to the other municipality that they were supposed to be looking for this kid.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go to 10 to Life and get on to that so I know what you guys are talking about. Damn. Yeah, I would like to know how, like, to me, 19 years old, both taking your shoes off. I mean, the similarities kind of strange,
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating to me more than anything that Dylan's case is getting all the attention and Dylan and Aiden's isn't. And the irony is at one point Aiden's mother had actually hired this Jim Terry as a PI.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. There is similarities.
And Jim Terry had asked Aiden's mom, "Do you think Aiden is gay?" And the difference is Aiden's mom is like, well, yeah, I actually found some stuff on his computer that leads me to believe that there's a possibility he may have been.
Oh wow. Oh, there's really a lot in this, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very curious now. Sorry for taking over your show there, Level.
You're fine.
Yeah, I
was,
apologize. I've kind of let my mouth go into overdrive. This is your show. I need to shut up.
Yeah,
no, you're good. You're good. I was doing a couple other things. I actually went back and was looking at that Riker video I did. They got all those views from TikTok to see if I could do another one of the exact same of another missing person.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you're getting a lot of views on TikTok, that's good because as so many people use that app. I'm sorry, I have too much of an addictive gotta see everything that I get stuck on there, and I can't do it. I end up watching. Look, somebody, I think it was, I don't know, one of the creators does shorts. Oh, it's White Rabbit. And so I'm on the feed and it's going and going and going and going. And I'm getting all these TikToks and I'm sitting here for 3 hours watching them things. I can't do it. It's just too addicting to me. I really do watch them. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like a drug for my eyes.
Well, just that one video got 42,000 views.
That's amazing.
But then the other videos that I did, I don't know what I did differently because the other videos I've done, they get like 500 views. So
that's still good.
But I think the trick is the way I did that video. So I was going to try to redo the same video, but with a different missing person and do everything the exact same and see what happens. Because if it catches the algorithm like that one did, then I will do a whole bunch of them exactly like that if that's what works.
Yeah.
Do you think the popularity of it? I don't know.
I think it could be the song maybe you used, or
it was just my voice.
The filter you used, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I made a video like I would have loaded up to YouTube, and then it went to. I just loaded it up on there. It was just my voice, no music, no nothing, no filters. I showed a map. I said urgent missing child, and maybe that was enough to get people's attention. I don't know.
Was it a case everybody was on, or was it one?
Well, it was the Riker Web one.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
it was.
Yeah. See, yeah, that was the timing of it, and maybe you need to do that with ones that just come out because then they'll be the first ones to, But hey, you know what? Try it for all of them. Can't hurt it.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try doing a video just like I did that one.
Yeah.
And then, but of maybe somebody that went missing like a month ago, not somebody that's been missing for like 10 months, just to see where to gauge myself in the middle of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if I could if I could get the views up on there and have it, obviously they don't cross each other. So YouTube and TikTok, the people don't cross each other. So it's just getting that following over there so that you're getting that much more exposure to the same people on two different platforms.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of YouTubers that do TikTok. So yeah, you're going to get both. But if you're getting views like that, whatever it was, oh yeah, keep trying it. Maybe I would give it a shot if I could do that too, because just more. But like Arctic says, he's too old for it. Well, Arctic, I'm way older than you, and I can get stuck on it. So I guess it's just your personalities and who watches, who likes that quick gratification, because that's what TikTok's all about. Finding out about something in less than 3 minutes, right?
Oh, I can watch TikTok with the best of them. I'm too old to try to figure out how to be a creator on there.
Yeah, I can't. I have a hard time with that too, I guess. He'll just send it all over to Level, and he can get his million viewers and all that. Because he'll do it.
All I did was uploaded what I was going to upload to. I actually did a short on it on my YouTube page. It was the same video. I just uploaded it in 2 different places
Oh, that's a good idea then, I guess. Do you get
with the same
views
software.
separate
So,
from YouTube, or do they
huh?
continue? They're separate views, right? I mean, like they're,
Yeah,
okay.
it wasn't the so it
Not
was
combination, right?
there was one video I uploaded it to TikTok first. Then I went back in and saved it on my phone and then uploaded it to YouTube. So it doesn't, it's not a YouTube video. The TikTok one is a TikTok video and the YouTube is a YouTube video. So I didn't interchange them. You know how like we share stuff on Facebook?
Yep.
Like I didn't share it like that. Like it was its own video.
Okay. Yeah. Now I get it. Like you did. Yeah, I got it. I just don't know how it works like that. So hey,
I don't either.
I learned a lot tonight. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, right.
At least I'm willing to learn anyway. So yeah, I'm really glad you guys fill me in on this stuff. I think it's a good life. Thank you for having it.
Yeah.
2 hours and 15 minutes are going to just jump on and give your peace of mind.
I know, right?
Then you made the mistake. Come on, I want to hear what you guys got to say. And we just keep on talking. You never have to worry about me when I'm on panel about me being quiet. If I'm quiet, there's something wrong.
So, in conclusion here,
yeah, put this up and talk about it.
Wow, I got told it was clickbait once already tonight.
Yeah. No, it's wrong. I agree. I'm glad that you brought it up and talked about it because it's showing no purpose for the case. I understand his personal need to clear his name. And I'm not saying he's not bad. I think he's probably a very good PI.
Yeah, I agree. The thing that gets me is this.
The face.
Like, why do you have to take it there? Like, I mean, come up, say your piece, go on to 5 different panels, whatever, 5 different creators, whatever, that's fine. But you're on the same one for 4 nights in a row.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What's the point now, right?
And there's merch already with this face.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
I was posted immediately afterwards.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Well, hey, got to make a dollar. Got to make the dollar.
Yeah, anything for a dollar.
Yep.
I mean, in fairness, the math is an improvement, so.
The masked PI. You know what? That would mean animated and whatever. You know what word I'm trying to say, right?
Anonymity.
And okay, I can't say it. Cannot pronounce it. Sorry. But he's nothing but that. He's nothing but private either. Sorry. I do appreciate his information, but in my eyes, to keep a good investigation that's going to stick and get the right people and do the right thing, you need to keep your lips shut and not be on public speaking certain things. But as an OZB, I can appreciate the information.
Definitely. Anything else that's new and exciting?
No, I can't talk about it on here. That would really be a dish show, wouldn't it? It'd be really spilling a whole bucket of tea. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, subs, for being here. Thank you, anybody that stopped by to chat. Thanks, Bling, for being here. And thank you guys for being panel guests.
Panel.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Panel takeover. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you guys are good. All right. On that note, I'm going to get out of here right after this song.
working hard every day, living dreams for a pay stub. Yeah, straight up. 5 years later, like I said, I would make it on my way up. It's all up, coming from the nation, laid a foundation, true stuff. Yeah, too tough. We ain't giving up on our dreams, everything is ahead of us. Stay true to your path, it's not where you start, it's all where you're at. It's where you end up when your back's to the mat. Do you cripple or flat or get up off your back? Deliver these facts to see them react. The stadium's packed, they all gonna snap. The motivated attract, the escalated attack. The frustrated hit back, yeah we move fast.
I wanna change everything. I swear I'll do anything just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go. I won't stop, no. I won't let go. I won't drop, no. And I won't let go.
It's automatic, I'm always getting after it. If you ain't working, I don't understand what's happening. There's not enough time just to be imagining. You gotta take some action towards practicing. I know it's not easy, but you gotta get out there. Make your own meaning, can't afford to have doubts. They'll interrupt dreaming, I just wanna look out there. The crowd all screaming.
I wanna change everything. I swear I'll do anything just to get where I wanna